Hey everybody, welcome to Not Bound. I'm super excited to share with you some of my tips and techniques with helping with G, P, and Q. Oh my, the confusion. All right guys, if you haven't checked out my last video on B and D, please check it out. It goes over some of the tips of why some students struggle with reversals, letter and number reversals. So don't fret though, it doesn't mean that your child or student is dyslexic. But it could be a sign. Just remember that all dyslexics, the letter and number reversals are not the main concern. All right, guys. So if you guys need help getting your office and classroom smelling nice and lovely without all of those chemicals, please check out doTERRA. Tonight I am putting in Island Mint and Summer Citrus. Oh my goodness, it smells so wonderful. It's so uplifting. It's so happy. I'm just feeling very happy today with these wonderful oils. And let's get into it. All right, G, P, and Q. So the very first one that I'm actually going to address is the Q. The reason why is in the English language, Q and U stick together like glue. This is what I teach my children. So we do not have any words in the English language that do not have the U next to it. So in our program, we do teach that Q and U belong together. All right. So if they're still having trouble, just say, well, look for the U. If there's a U, it could be, it's probably going to be a Q. So that's just one tip. All right. Also, Q tends to have a little tail. This is really good when you teach cursive writing because it allows the children to see a lot better the differences in the letters. So just remember that it has a tail. You may not see this with all of your prints and all of your books. So if possible, definitely try to get them at an early age, looking at the bottom heavy font. Okay, so that bottom heavy font could be something like Open Dyslexia or a dyslexia font, just to kind of get them used to seeing those and then gradually going off. So I always tell them, start with something that's easy and we're just going to slowly change it over time. But just remember, Q and U stick together like glue, and hopefully that will reduce those errors. In addition, there are a few words that we use like Iraq, but they're not really English language, and those are something that you can just teach as you come to those words. All right, so let's get down to the business. G and P. So we can see that they both have circles and they both go down. One of them comes up and around, right? So again, this is really good when we teach cursive writing because it helps connect that letters. But sometimes that's not really possible, right? So we are going to do a few techniques very similar to our B and our D. I'm going to go ahead and erase the Q so we don't get them mixed up. All right. So like the B and D, we're going to put our fingers up. Put your fingers up. All right, B. Now we have B and D, but we're going to flip it over. All right. We're going to flip it over. All right. So here we have a P and a G. P and G. All right. It's hard to see on camera. But it's P and G. So what do you think we're going to make as a P and G? Any idea? P and G. We're going to make a pig. That's right. We're going to make a pig. So again, we're going to teach the P and G. We're going to be sure that they understand the different sounds. So at this age, and if you're just introducing it, we should have G as the hard G. We're not really introducing gentle G yet. So, so remember that we're not adding any sounds to that. We're not saying P or G, which often I have found that that's how students are taught, and that really throws everything off. So just remember that we're stopping it. We're cutting those sounds, right? From here, let's draw a pig. And this is where your student gets be able to get creative. Now, oh my goodness, I'm not creative. I'm scared to draw this pig, guys. All right, so let's start off with a big circle. Let's give him some eyes. This would be a part of their eyes, right? I have some eyebrows. Do they have eyebrows? All right, Zoe, come on, help me out. Come draw a pig. She's gonna be my helper because I cannot draw, and I do not want to totally embarrass myself. The idea is that they're turning this word into a pig, so that way they can symbolize visually the pig. All right, got my little artist over here.
It doesn't look like.
We're like, what does a pig look like? And it doesn't have to be perfect. She's my artist, and she always wants to make everything perfect. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to look something like a pig. Now, you may have children that you're tutoring or you're working with that really want to make it look legit, and that's okay. The idea is that we're just connecting those sounds, pig, to our fingers, and we're connecting a visual. So if they are out in class and they're trying to have a hard time figuring it out, like, oh man, what is this? What is this? Oh, that's great, Zoe. Yeah, that's awesome. Way better than I would have done. All right. So you want them to draw that pig, and they can have fun with this. They can really have fun with it. The idea, again, pig. All right. So now with the B and D, I told you some finger tapping. I don't really have a system for that, but I will say that we use really heavily, we're tapping out the sounds, okay? Anytime we're reading and we come upon a word that we're just not sure, we're going to tap it out. We're tapping the sounds out to come up with a plan of what that word is. And then we're also going to, another way we can use our fingers. Again, this is where we just want to write the letters. And this should hopefully register that sound with them. So if you are working with a multisensory or Gilliam protocols, you would be teaching G, goat, G, goat, or whatever letter that sound makes and demonstrates. So for us today, we're using it as a pig. All right. Then we're going to use our skywriting. Again, this is so fun. You can be you can be creative with it. The really idea is we're getting so many of our muscles moving. You know, we're going to come up here, making lots of muscle contact, right? We're going to start up here. We're going to do P. We're going to draw it. Pig. P. Pig, right? If at all possible, we have it, they're looking at it as they're writing it, all right? The other thing that you can continue to do is to fill it, right? So any rough, anything bumpy, anything super smooth or silky or softy, whatever it is, you're putting that through their fingers. It's registering in their brain. They're picking it up. They're saying it. They're hearing it. They're feeling it. They're just moving. And so it's really going to start happening with those synapses and neurons. And the other thing we can do is play games. So, or color. Make a coloring sheet with P's, right? And G's, and say, okay, with Q's. And we keep Q and U's together in my program. So we're going to keep those together. So they're automatically going to see that the Q and the U go together. And then we're going to color, right? Let's find the P's. Let's make it all one color. Very similar to the B and D protocol, but we're just going to change it around. And then when you feel very comfortable that you have the B and the D, the P, Q, and G, then you can make one sheet and you can color it. You can roll the dice. You can have a really good fun time with it. The very important thing is that we're really establishing what they say, all right? Just because we see the letter, we don't really necessarily know that it actually has a sound. So really want to be sure that we're really putting in together, what does it say, all right? I hope this has helped you guys. I hope you had fun. And Zoe, do you have anything that I forgot that I have taught you over the years? Did I miss anything?
No.
No? Okay. She's my student. Like, okay, help me teach other people. She's really good. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Whatever the cool kids say. I look forward to seeing you guys next time with some more of my phonics techniques. All right. Bye, guys.